I can't, like, none of the interface is working.
And hello, everyone. Welcome to Opinion Junkies. I am your host, Chriz, aka the Mole, and today we're going to be discussing Batman villains. And we mean Batman's rogue galleries in general. There's no particular format or anything like that. Like, oh, we're just going to list 5 or anything like that, or we're just going to talk about this one. It's just in general because he's probably had the most famous rogues gallery, and it is Halloween, so villains is a great place to start. Joining me is Anastasia Lazerbeam.
Hello!
And James Phoenix.
Hello! I apologize if anybody got confused. I mistitled the video. I'm fixing it now.
Amazing.
What did you title it?
I thought we were reviewing episode 2 of the Batman Telltale game.
No.
I haven't played episode 2 yet.
Okay, well, I didn't know if you had or not.
No, but we need to review that at some point. But it was a case of no, it was the opinion junkies about Batman's rogue galleries.
Okay.
Yeah, and once a month we do opinion junkies. Now we've trimmed it down and changed it a bit, but
Yep.
Yeah, like I said, in my opinion, Batman has the most famous rogues gallery of any comic book character. Because don't get me wrong, so other ones have popular characters too. Like Spider-Man, for example, has like Green Goblin, Doc Ock, and stuff. But if you say to someone, list 5 or list 10 comic book supervillains, I bet you there's gonna be more Batman villains on the list than there will any others.
Most likely.
His villains has just withstood the test of time.
Because they're all fucking insane and they have their own personalities and multi-depths and...
It's because he locks them in any worst possible location to keep anything locked away ever, and then they escape and murder lots of people.
He keeps them on board the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier that's completely secure.
Ha!
Or he puts them in the negative zone from Marvel where no one can ever possibly escape. Until they do. Or he keeps them in Superman's Phantom Zone where they can't possibly escape until they do.
Yes, they seem to escape from Arkham more.
That's only because that's where more of them go.
Yeah.
Like if you count how many times Zod escapes from the Phantom Zone compared to how many times Mr. Freeze escapes, they're pretty similar.
It's like that meme where Batman and Superman are texting each other that they have online, and they're like, I'm gonna put Zod in the Phantom Zone. Like, really, that's not a good idea. And it's like, I remember how it goes. But at the end, Superman's like, "What's a better person than Arkham?" Batman's like, "Everything's a better person than Arkham."
Yeah. Except for Blackgate.
Apparently.
But what they should do is have Arkham inside a Phantom Zone, inside a negative zone. Boom.
Yeah.
Although it does give an interesting prelude to the fact that in the Batman vs Superman Extended Edition, Batman indicates that he's going to have Lex transferred to Arkham.
Yes, he does. Which is kind of cool.
Yes.
But no, like I said, his rogues gallery, each one has their own mental disorder.
Yes.
But I think that's why they're so popular, because I'm trying not to just name Marvel ones, because otherwise it sounds bad. I mean, hell, I'm in a Marvel t-shirt right now. So, I mean, I'm trying not to name Marvel ones. So it doesn't seem like I'm insulting Marvel, but the other big names gallery is Spider-Man. So I'm just going to go with that one. Spider-Man can go against, say, Doc Ock or Shocker or someone. Oh my God, look at their powers. How is Spider-Man's powers going to match up to them? Because Batman doesn't have powers, most of his villains have to be psychological.
Yeah.
They'll also be normal things. They have to be serial killers, but up to the same level as essentially a super villain. And you get people like Joker. Yes, we had to mention him. He was going to come up. And now never again for the entire discussion.
Oh, I said, and Calendar Man.
Yep, and Calendar Man. I'd have heard him better when he was Calendar King.
Ah.
No one's seen that. It was on Brave and the Bold. Bat might turns him into Batman turned him into the Calendar King with the power to summon any holiday icon he wishes.
Okay
So
then.
he had an army of jack-o'-lanterns, an army of motorbiking Santa Clauses, and an
Huh.
army of Uncle Sams. And it's like, what the fuck is this? It's
Wow.
just awesome. It's awesome.
Okay, random.
That sounds awesome.
That's not random at all. They are holiday icons.
I know.
And his thing is calendars.
Yes, but since when on Christmas does Santa ever deliver toys on a motorcycle?
Yeah, but he got to control how he made them. It's like jack-o'-lanterns had bodies and stuff that was cool.
Okay.
But
So basically, he actually stole them from a Goosebumps book.
yeah, but it was just fun. But yeah, like I said, he's had loads of villains before now that have been good. Like Scarecrow's finally getting praise,
Mm.
Yeah.
which is cool. But then on the flip side, you also have characters like Arky not getting praise.
True.
Who's Arky?
Arky, he was created, I believe, he was created for the Arkham video games.
Yeah, he was
But
in
But
the
then they
Arkham
used him.
Origins.
But then they used him in the comics and in a few of the the animated series where Batman teams up with Alfred with guns and Katana.
Because Arky just sounds like a dog. Like here, Arky. I would have
Yeah.
called him Barky, but he's in Arkham, so Arky.
Yeah. But that's literally what it's called, Arky.
But is he a puppy?
No, he's a
Okay.
human.
Okay.
He's just a dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arky, but it works. And yeah, he's had like I said, like Scarecrow goes into more of the fear aspects. Or
Yeah.
you've got a character who I feel hasn't been done well in media for years, Riddler,
Yeah.
who his biggest thing, he's one of the most intelligent people ever, but his biggest thing is he has this narcissistic quality that makes him need to leave clues for Batman. Because if Batman doesn't know it's him doing it, he doesn't want to do it. And that's kind of an arrogance that you're dealing with, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Because for him, outsmarting Batman will be the greatest victory. He doesn't even want to kill him. He just wants to prove he's smarter than him, which
That
is
is true.
funnier. But the reason I say he's not been done right is we've had him leave trophies in stupid locations or create death races. And it's like, oh god, no, stop that.
Or beyond Gotham.
Or when he shows up in it, or on Gotham, or when he shows up in video, or when he shows up in like cartoons recently, he's not really like even Brave and the Bold. He wasn't really a main character, which I understand because they went outside the norm for there. But then you had the other one where they're like, well, we're not going to use Riddler, Penguin, and stuff that people are used to because we want to use the other villains, which is cool. Still no Riddler, and it's like, oh come on! When Riddler's done right, he's really cool, and he was cut out of the. He wasn't in the Nolan films, and I feel like he's the biggest one that's been overlooked the most.
What about in The Batman, where they turned him into Marilyn Manson?
As I said, in recent years, because how long ago was the Batman?
Ah.
Not
It was
recent.
around. It was around the time of the first Nolan film, and that was it.
Fair enough.
It was around that time-ish because they did a young Bruce to match up. But yeah, like I said, he hasn't been done right, at least in my opinion. But how about
I
you
agree.
guys?
Yeah, I would like to see like a cooler version of him, like that. Actually, we could spend a little more time with.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think there needs to be a better done Riddler, a more psychological Riddler, whom you could, given the tendency to pair multiple villains in superhero films these days, you could easily pair him with a more physical villain that he's manipulating, but have him be the mastermind behind it.
Yeah, which there's an obvious one for that, which would be so fucking brilliant.
What's that?
Clayface.
That would be cool.
Because with Clayface, Riddler can literally use Clayface's disguises to make it seem like it's other people, but the riddle is it's not. It's all the same person. And he's pulling the strings. You could go that route, which would be cool. Because Clayface, any of the multiple fucking Clayfaces, none of them have been used in any of the films either. And I want to see one. Because I think Clayface would be great on the screen for the same reason I mentioned when we talked about Spider-Man stuff. If we ever do the Spider-Man villains, I'll mention it again. Chameleon needs to be a villain in a film.
Mhm.
Because I'm sorry, it's so much more interesting of, oh, where they're going to come from? The threat can be anywhere. Then, oh, look, a CGI hand.
That's kind of the same reason why Mysterio needs to be a movie villain for Spider-Man.
Yeah, Mysterio would be cool.
I still want to see Richter play good Clayface.
Yes.
Yeah. But, I don't know, how about you guys? What villains did you guys want to talk about?
I also like Bane, but Venom Bane.
Mhm.
Not like,
A man's wife is his life, you PS man.
yeah, not Venom Bane. Which, fair enough, that he was alright, you know?
Yeah,
Well,
he
until
was.
he put on the subtitles.
I will say he was. I will say on rewatching that film, he's not that bad.
Yeah, he's
When
not
you
initially bad.
when you rewatch, he's not as bad as people have made out, and he's really good. I mean, hell, he actually does break his back, sort of.
Yeah.
Well, he inconveniences his back for a short amount of time, but still.
Yeah.
I'm glad he didn't break it fully because I didn't want to get as real.
There you go.
But Bane's another one where Bane's different to all of Batman's villains because Bane's just. He's like a mercenary that just wants to beat people up and get paid for it and be the best, strongest fighter he can.
Wait.
In recent years, he's
I-
suffered. In recent years, he's suffered though because of the Venom shit.
Yeah. I'm getting slightly confused when you did the description. Were we talking about Bane or Brock Lesnar?
See, I figured, wait for the inevitable WWE reference. But no, what I was talking about with Bane suffering is the fact all he ever does now is show up, talk about I once broke Batman's back. Do you remember that? And then someone goes, oh, let's just unplug his Venom and beat him up.
So there's also Jericho. He shows up, talks about how he beat The Rock and Austin in the same night, and then it's like, oh, let's just unplug his microphone and beat him up.
Sort of. But yeah, did you want to talk about Batman villains, Jim, or just wrestlers?
No, one thing I really enjoyed when I played Arkham Knight is they introduced Professor Pink, and I never heard of that dude. That dude's freaking creepy.
He is. And he is on the Batman, Beware the Batman.
I heard he was, yeah.
I thought the Zaz missions from Arkham were pretty cool.
Zaz is cool. The problem is he's just a little bland compared to Batman's other villains.
Yep. It's like, I love Poison Ivy. I don't like what they've done with her in Gotham, I will admit that, and I'm just going to say that for the record. I love Poison Ivy. She's my favourite Batman villain. What they've done with her in Gotham sucks.
Oh, what have they done with her? I haven't
Did they
seen
like artificially age for like 5 years between seasons?
Okay, first of all, what they've done is they've changed her name.
To Ivy.
To Ivy Potts or something.
Mm-hmm. Little on the nose.
Yeah, it was stupid. Then something happened and then she was able to age. But the only reason they did that is they were like, oh, well, one of the character's biggest qualities is her sexuality and it doesn't feel right with a young kid, so we need to age her. So they used the superficial reasons to age her. But my thing with that is she's not supposed to be like seductive Ivy at this point. Ivy was never meant to be the seductive one until she gets her powers. And she's not meant to get her powers until Batman's Batman.
Yeah.
Not while Batman's like one of the fucking supporting cast of the OC.
Isn't she still gonna have a child's mind if they physically age her?
It depends. I say it depends because her brain could have speeded up with it, and then she, because of how tortured her childhood was anyway, it's possible she was gonna age beyond her years anyway.
Probably.
Like a lot of children from abusive homes tend to be more grown up faster than kids without.
That is true.
Yeah.
I also like Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's is cool.
He's cool, although I feel like sadly at this point he's becoming overexposed, which is a shame.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because the best part with Ra's, not just that, I mean, look at how many things he's been on in period. He's been on loads of stuff, yeah. And it's a case of, with Raish, the reason he worked was he'd come out the shadows, and they'd be like, oh crap, yeah, he can come at any time. Oh yeah, oh. If he's always in everything, he stops being a threat.
Yeah, and he stops coming out of the shadows and into a spotlight.
Yeah.
True.
It's like Joker's been overused, as everyone knows.
Yeah, like crazy. That's kind of the reason why I like for the Affleck movie they're going to use Deathstroke, because Deathstroke is on the verge of overexposure too, but it still seems a little bit different from a movie perspective at the very least.
It does. Or I wish they hadn't used Deathstroke. Because like I said, Deathstroke to me, while he's fought Batman, he never really felt like a Batman villain to me. He's more, if you're going with villain one, he's more Nightwing or Titans villain.
Mm.
And I'm like, I wanted to see something different. I wanted to see him, like, just based on the film. Ironically, I wanted to see Joker because Joker and Harley in Suicide Squad was what everyone wanted to see as a film v Batman.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Which means you hyped up The Rock v Cena, because Jim likes to use his wrestling analogies. You hyped up The Rock v Cena, instead you gave us Cena versus Bray Wyatt.
The only problem with wrestling references is I don't get them.
You don't get normal references.
Yeah, you don't get references in general. There's no difference.
Yeah, like the other day in one of our videos I mentioned, remember they now figured out the world was round, and people was like, what?
Shut up.
I thought it was still flat. When the hell did that discovery happen?
Flat. Saying the word still flat implies, like, it was going to change.
I thought it was still flat. I liked its flatness. When did they change that?
It was easy when I wanted to kill people and push them off the cliff.
But yeah, it's a case of, no, like I said, like there's loads of Batman villains that are great. Like Deadshot was initially a Batman villain, and Deadshot would have made a much better villain.
That would be interesting
for the Batman film as well, because you could have tied it up and then made the ending the same as the beginning part of Suicide Squad.
I was thinking, what about Solomon Grundy?
I like him. He is
cool.
a Batman. He is a Batman villain. I think he started as a Green Lantern villain, but he has fought Batman a lot.
Okay.
I like Solomon Grundy, and I will give props, like we mentioned, to Batman Brave and the Bold, the cartoon, for actually depicting him as Mob Boss Grundy.
Isn't he like a Hulk or something? So what do he have? Like,
yeah, he's like a giant zombie with like. He's who has been a mob boss a long time in the comics for at least various incarnations. But a lot of people tend to do the simple approach of let's just make him a dumb, slow hub brute. And I'm like, I prefer Solomon Grundy when he's got like his own like goons and stuff. It's fun.
Yeah, because he's basically Grey Hulk.
It's kind of.
Oh, that's interesting. Like, I was like, how does being a zombie help you be a gangster?
It doesn't help you, but having the power to beat anyone the fuck up who gets in your way helps you.
Oh, I imagine.
And also the ability to not get randomly assassinated because you're a zombie and you can't die.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. That helps.
But yeah, like Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze at one point got really interesting and I will give props to the animated series. They did a good job making people care about Mr. Freeze, but now no one cares about Mr. Freeze.
Oh, I liked Mr. Freeze, especially in freaking the Arkham City where he turned into Sexy Freeze. That was really funny.
I liked Mr. Freeze.
Hey, Maul.
Yeah.
What killed the dinosaurs?
Yep.
The Ice Age!
Yep. But yeah, like I said, no one cares about Mr. Freeze anymore, which is a shame.
Yeah, that's too bad.
And even in Arkham, I didn't find him that interesting.
I liked him in Arkham City, not that the character was that interesting, but the boss fight they designed around him was really cool.
I thought the boss fight was kind of cool, but I was like, eh.
Well, compared to most of the stuff in Arkham where it was just walk forward, press punch a bunch of times, and dodge things, that actually required the strategy of, I have to keep track of what attacks I've used and not use the same thing or he will murder me.
It did.
It required a little more strategy than normal.
It did, but to be fair, you needed strategy in the first Arkham game. But you also had the fact with that, it was a case of the Arkham games were always story driven. If you don't give us a fucking reason to care about him, that fight is meaningless. It might as well be one of their DLC missions. Oh, look, now you're playing as the Red Hood.
Speaking of the Red Hood, that reminds me of the Arkham Knight Red Hood DLC. We need Black Mask in a movie.
We do. Only for him to be revealed to be Jared Leto's Joker later on.
Yes.
And that was just a joke before, in case the internet starts to type away of no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was stupid. That was a stupid decision. But yeah, Black Mask would be good.
I think it'd be really like cool if they had a Hugo Strange thing in there.
Yeah, or used ventriloquist.
Yeah.
He's not been done.
No, he hasn't been done. I was to do something like the really obscure villains they use in the animated series, like that freaking that creepy chick the little girl that used to be a TV star, but then she wasn't, but she was still a little girl. And it was.
I was just thinking of that. Holy shit! You just made my mind.
But
I don't remember her name, and she was creepy.
Yeah, they need to use Catman.
Yes.
Catman.
I introduced Pew to Catman the other day.
Okay then.
He is stupid. It's funny, and they've done more with him. They have redeemed the character since, but yeah, that was a thing. He looks basically just like Batman, but he's a cat.
Okay. Does he hang out with Catwoman?
No.
Okay.
No, he doesn't. He's just Catman.
Okay then.
I don't know. But yeah, Batmite.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now we're getting somewhere.
That would be an interesting movie.
That would be.
Hell, that's something they could always do if they wanted to. Like I said, use Clayface as a villain. And then have him turn into like Jared Leto's Joker, and then a load of the other villains that they're not gonna use ever.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just so they're in there. That'd be fun.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
But yeah, why is it about Batman's Rogues Gallery that you like, then, Jim?
First of all, completely random note. Man of Steel 2, Mr. Mxyzptlk. Anyway. But I guess it's the variety. The Batman's rogues just they stick out because they go all in with their gimmicks, and each one is different enough that they stick out in your mind. But they're so crazy, and they go so all into it, and they're so gimmicky, and stick to it so closely. Like everything Joker does has to be clown themed. Everything Scarecrow does has to be fear themed. Everything Riddler does has to be a riddle. It's because it's so ingrained that they stick out as being so unique and over the top that they become memorable.
Also, like
to be fair, Joker doesn't have to just do clown stuff. He also does stuff like opens up the door and shoots Batgirl in the spine.
Ha!
Because as long as he finds it funny, that's all that matters.
True.
I guess their henchmen are super dedicated to them. Like I just
too.
listening to like all the dialogue in freaking Arkham Asylum and City about how like Joker would never betray us. Oh yeah, this is where it's at. You can totally join our crew. Like this helped my mom and blah blah blah. It's like.
Yep. Yeah, then you listen for a minute. They get to the point about Joker randomly shooting people because he feels like it.
Yeah. And of course, when you mentioning Joker's hench people, Harley.
Yes.
Yes.
Which they did do a great story back in Gotham's back in Gotham's Sirens about that. There was someone traumatizing them in a way that makes you think it's going to be Joker, and he wants Harley back, and he knows where she is, and he's coming for her. It's not, because this is when Bruce's Batman's not there, so Joker's bored and left. Instead, it's one of Joker's henchmen. Oh fuck, what the hell was his name? I can't remember his name now, but he was one of Joker's original henchmen, and he actually was in the comics years before Harley Quinn.
Oh wow.
He disappeared when they introduced Harley Quinn and all the other stuff, and he's become bitter because Joker just cast him aside because he wasn't good enough anymore. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of awesome. It's kind of awesome to see, and he's trying to kill Harley, and it's like, that's cool.
That is pretty cool.
So even the henchmen in Batman can sometimes have their own little side stories.
Yeah, that's neat.
Hell, Two-Face is one of the best characters, one of the most interesting characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because of the coin flip.
Oh yeah.
Because he can flip a coin and suddenly turn into a hero.
Yep.
And that's weird.
That is a little weird.
He's not been done well on the screen so far
Hmm.
in a film, and I will just say that because the Nolan ones, they wasted him. I feel they wasted Two-Face.
Because he
The
died in
actor
like
was
2 seconds.
great. Yeah, the actor was great. The makeup and effects on his face were great. The backstory was good. Everything was awesome. Then they killed him way too fast. Basically, he just went and then fizzled straight out. It's
He's
like,
kind of like one and done.
yeah. It was just
Okay,
a
then.
flash in the pan. I didn't like that. In the other one, you had him. First of all, he was a black guy. Then he was Tommy Lee Jones. Nothing wrong with him being a black guy as Harvey Dent. I'm just asking that if he was a black guy in that, it should have been the same guy in the sequel.
Yeah.
I just want continuity between my two faces. But
What's that?
but when he was Tommy Lee Jones, he was way too fucking over the top as Two-Face. I didn't like his Two-Face. Like I didn't like. Well, what the fuck his name? The guy Riddler.
Jim Carrey.
Thank you, Jim Carrey. Didn't like his Riddler. I'll even go so far as to argue Batman Forever is equally as bad as Batman and Robin.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I'd agree with that.
It's just fanboyism that makes it people blind to that.
Right.
Like George Clooney did a good job.
George Clooney was a good Bruce Wayne. He wasn't as good a Batman.
Well, to be fair, everyone always overrates the animated series.
That is true.
Where most of the time that Batman is only Bruce, and it's only Batman, and whenever we see him as Bruce, it's the same voice.
That is true.
So you heard it here, folks. Jim said that's not a good Batman.
I said I agree that he used the same voice. I didn't say it wasn't a good Batman, but I do agree that he could have differentiated the voice a little bit more. That's why I like versions of Batman where he uses the voice modulator like Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
So Amazon's officially asking, I just got a bing from there. They're officially asking us for a review for The Tick now that I've seen it. So I'll be more than happy to eventually, when we do our review.
We will be. That'll be later. He's not related to this.
Yeah. I just thought it was funny that Amazon just sent me a message.
Yeah.
When are you doing your review?
We'll be doing it now. No.
You have to wait, Amazon. Sorry.
But yeah, like I said, Batman's one of those. Like George Clooney was a good Bruce Wayne. He was an okay Batman. He wasn't terrible as Batman.
Mm-hmm.
The suit was what put him off, and the writing around him made him bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think he could have easily pulled it off.
Yeah, exactly.
He's getting more to work with.
Yeah, but it's just one of those. But like I said, Batman Forever they messed up too much. But yeah, Batman's Road, like Mad Hatter and stuff like that. That's so wonderful.
What about Firefly?
Yep. Of course, fuck yeah, we want Killer Moth in a film.
Hell yeah.
So whatever.
What is that?
That is a moth that kills people.
Like butterfly wings and like furry antennas?
Yes, he's a guy dressed as a moth that likes to kill people.
That's cool.
That's all you need to know.
He's Arthur from The Tick?
No.
I was gonna say he's like the monarch, but like
yeah,
monarch is a type of butterfly. That's not quite a moth. That's a different thing.
No, but I'm just saying like they're butterfly themed, like bad guys. So he's like a moth themed bad guy, and they
to be fair, Arthur from The Tick was based on a butterfly.
Was he? Oh, okay.
But yes, it was a case of, like I said, you had that, which that's a cool villain.
Indeed.
But sadly, like I said, you're not going to see a lot of these. Like one of my favorites in recent, and it's a recent one, is Court of Owls, as I mentioned. We're never going to see them we're never going to see them in a film, I don't think. Like, I would have loved to have seen the Court of Owls in a Batman film with Ben Affleck's Batman.
Wasn't there one story somewhere along the way where Alfred turned out to be the villain?
I believe it was.
Yeah, that could be an interesting twist.
Yep.
I'll tell you, I just read the Batman Elseworld comics, and those are fucking weird.
Depending on which one they can be.
Yeah.
I felt all of them were fucking weird.
Yeah, it's Batman Elseworlds Volume 1 Collected Edition. I'm not sure which ones are in there, though.
Yeah, as I said, so it depends which ones you've read.
There's 8 stories in there.
Like, did you read my one? Well, not my personal favorite, because I have a soft spot for the Vampire trilogy. But did you read my favorite one with the Gotham Police Department?
Which time period was it? Because there's the ones of varying time periods, and they all had the Gotham Police Department
It's called Gotham Noir, or whatever.
I think so.
And basically,
was that Gotham by Gaslight?
No, it was literally called Gotham Noir.
Okay.
Or Gotham Noir. But basically, what the story is, you don't know if Bruce Wayne's Batman. Because Batman may just be a figment of Jim Gordon's imagination.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
And you've got this guy who gets beaten up, and his face scars into a smile, and he becomes Joker right at the end and stuff. And it's like, that's really well done. It was a really cool story. It was fucking awesome.
That's cool.
Nice.
Guessing that wasn't in that book.
It was not.
Fair enough. Highly recommend that book.
Yeah, I actually recently, and here's one that's kind of an everybody bill, but one that came up. I didn't finish it, but the other day I started reading the Batman Return of Bruce Wayne arc, where he had to fight his way through time or some shit.
Yep.
And at the beginning of that, he's in the cave time and he runs into Vandal Savage. Why don't we have that Vandal Savage in a movie?
Because we've had him as the main villain of Legends of Tomorrow, the CW TV show.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
He does a good job in there, so.
He was great. The actor in that was awesome as Vandal Savage.
He really is. Oh, God. My entire face is, burning.
That's not good.
No, it's just because of the makeup that I had, and I had to, tear off all my skin cells to get it off.
Haha, soon we shall call you One Face.
Ah.
Oh, yeah, and who remembers One Face from the Batman comics?
Yeah.
What?
He was an awesome villain.
Was he Two-Face's friend or something?
No, he was Two-Face. In one of the comics I reviewed a while back on one of our sites, it was a case of basically Two-Face says the sentence in the comic of he's no longer conflicted between both sides. Now you can call him One Face. And I'm just like, that's fucking brilliant. I'm like, I can understand the reasoning, but the line is so stupid and so shit. I've used it over and over again. Just because I'm sorry, it's like, yeah, because you're the only Batman villain with one face. And you don't even have that. And technically you don't have two faces, you have two halves of faces.
Which is one whole face. One face.
Yeah. But it's just weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, Batman's villains are normally good. Like Catwoman, when she started as a villain, was an awesome villain.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
But your final thoughts on the Batman villains, then?
Okay.
I'd say they're very.
I realize I just said that right as Jim was speaking, which just makes it funnier. But I regret nothing. Wrote to Pure.
I like them. They're very creative, and they all have their own whole side to them that brings something interesting. Like they have a whole theme and specific psychological effects, and they all have some kind of different relationship to Batman. So they're very three-dimensional.
Yep. And some of them are good, some of them are hush. But no.
That's another one. We need a hush in a movie.
No. No, we don't.
No.
We don't need Mr. Bump, the emo edition.
Mr.
Oh,
Bump.
come on, then you don't have to pay us up. Then we can have more budget for effects. So you don't have to pay a second actor to be the villain.
Yeah, but no. Well, that depends. If it's Hush as a Hush, he looked different and had deep bandages for the longest time.
True.
But yeah. Well, over to you, Jim, for your final thoughts.
Yeah, Batman's Rogues Gallery is just so varied and interesting that there's just endless possibility. And there's probably about a dozen that have become really well known and that have become a little bit played out. But there's always more to go to, always unique dark depths to go to in Gotham of these villains that pop up. So it's just always interesting to see what can be brought up. And I hope in future Batman movies we get more unique villains we haven't seen before. Or villains that we haven't seen done right, rather than falling back on the old tropes. And you gotta have the Joker. We have Leto's Joker, and that's good. But I hope we get to see the use of more varied and different rogues to try to bring more of the rogues to the forefront of people's minds. But yeah, Batman has the best rogues gallery in superhero, and bar none, and it's awesome.
He does, which yeah, I can agree with that. I wish they'd use more obscure villains like the Joker. Because I'm sick of seeing people like Condiment King just across all the media and in every movie, every game, just Condiment King, Condiment King, Condiment King. I'm like, oh, come on, just stop using this guy already.
Oh my god.
No, I'm kidding with that. Yeah, I think they did a good job with Jared Leto's Joker in the film, if we're going to talk films, just because they paired him with Harley. So those two together we've not seen in a film.
Yes.
It instantly changes the dynamic, and I want to see that. I really want to see that as a film. But yeah, there's a lot of other villains they need. Like Riddler needs to be a decent villain for once.
He does. He does.
I understand they're not going to go into like Mad Hatter because they'll be worried. People like, what? He's Alice in Wonderland now? What?
Yeah.
And various some of the other villains, you're like you can see them just staying away from.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, just I guess by virtue of being Burton, can't you see Johnny Depp's Mad Hatter just harassing Batman?
Sort of, although the Mad Hatter in Batman is completely different.
I know.
But I wanted to see Johnny Depp as Riddler.
That would have also been good.
Like, imagine Johnny Depp's Riddler versus Ben Affleck's Batman. That would be cool.
I still want to see Clayface. Or another blob monster for that matter.
Or Zebra Man.
Zebra Man?
There's a Zebra Man.
There's a Zebra Man. But that's neither here nor there. But no. Yeah, so to sum up this entire discussion, we need more Music Maestro, Batmite, and Condiment King. We need less Joker, Riddler, Two-Face, Catwoman, Penguin.
Pretty much.
No, I'm kidding. I just want them to do the best by the stories, and that'll be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, Batman's villains, they're varied. They're definitely why we mentioned for Halloween is they do suit Halloween.
Oh yeah.
Because Scarecrow definitely suits Halloween. And there's just various stuff like that. So it's like, okay, we figured we'd do that for Halloween. Leave a comment below if you want us to discuss any other villain rogue galleries, because like we said, we may come back to this in the future. It won't be every month we do a rogues gallery.
Yeah.
But we figured we'd do it this time. And yeah, I was your host, Chriz, aka The Mole. Thank you to the other two ladies for joining me. And, oh, sorry, Lady and Pew. And goodbye.